This is going to be the game 2 of the finals of the DominateDominion.com League of Legends Dominion Tournament number 13, powered by Cybersports Network. And this game is going to be DeathToLlamas in their first ever finals appearance in a Dominate-Dominion tournament. They are down 1-0 right now, so they got to win these next 2 games to take home the finals. And they are up against blind pick Banditos, who, often winning second place, are now in a position to take another consecutive first. They've been on the up and up recently, and they are up 1-0. They just need to win this game to take first place. On DTL-Llamas' team, we have sotmrfallen playing as Lulu, Sachin playing as Kog'Maw+, Ragnarok playing as Jarvan IV, Valandum playing as Nunu, Take Your Pill playing as Alistar. I am Gandair of Vato Clan, and casting with me is
Chobra here, and on the red side, or the purple team if you don't have colorblind mode on, it would be Blind Pick Banditos. We have Zimike on Sona, Talith PA on Ezreal, Elalya on Pantheon, Jjaja on Udyr, and Aparkhurst on Nidalee.
You know, I just thought of something. What does your stances that you buy determine what Udyr looks like, right?
Yes.
What is his default appearance then?
It's bear stance.
Okay, so bear stance is just he always looks like bear stance, even when he's when he first starts.
Yeah, when you first start, it's always bear stance, and I've always wondered what that was. I think it's because for the default skin, bear stance is like the most standard because the fur is brown and it kind of flows through the rest of the appearance. Since everything else you have like bright orange, green, things like that. And so from then on, other skins, that's just been the standard. So on this particular skin, Primal Udyr, if you don't select a stance, you start out with the bears with antlers on his head. Which to this day, not sure where he got those antlers.
Neither do I, but the game is kicking off right now, and it looks like we are going to see that Nunu+Udyr bot. Nidalee's going to leave her weird floaty spears back in the base. I was looking at that graphical glitch before the game started here. Both teams heading up towards the top now. Switching my KDR on, making sure I don't forget it. Pantheon taking the drill, Alistar taking the refinery. Both teams meeting up at the top here, and we'll see how this plays out.
Lulu already has taken quite a bit of poke from Ezreal and Nidalee alike. Another javelin coming out. Lots of damage onto sotmrfallen. sotmrfallen not looking too good. Elalya comes in from behind looking for that kill. However, Alistar comes in for the save. Ragnarok has therefore taken a ton of damage with that exhaust. Elalya is now the other one taking exhaust for Blind Pick Banditos. Will go down. Both players who were taken down immediately using the revive, trying to get back up here, but the windmill, it looks to be in favor of Blind Pick Banditos. sotmrfallen forced to retreat. The disruption will go down onto Aparkhurst, but Zimike is going to continue the channel and get that first 3 cap in favor of Blind Pick Banditos.
And with Nidalee and Sona, there's going to be a lot of sustain on that team now that I think about it. Both of them got a little bit of a healing ability there, and I think that's going to do a lot for their longevity here. And Jjaja already getting some cap time in on that tower. I don't think he's going to get the neutral, though. No, not quite. But getting a lot of work in there. If those minions get up to it, they're probably going to neutral that. And that'd be a really early play bottom, but Ragnarok and sotmrfallen are going to be down here, and they do not like what Jjaja's throwing down. So they're going to go ahead and evict him from the lane. He gets a free trip back to the summoner platform. However, Alistar in the bushes over here has got to deal with Elalya and Aparkhurst being nearby, taking some damage there, getting forced back onto the tower. Talith PA is right behind, but we have J4 and Lulu heading up to defend the refinery here. Zimike coming in from the back, looking at 4v4 over on DTL's side of the map. Aparkhurst taking a lot of damage. He's trying to get back to that speed, trying to get away from that fight to be able to deploy those long-range spears. Zimike taking a lot of damage. And sotmrfallen in the back there, Talith PA trying to get him down. Got the aggressive arcane shift and is able to pick him off. Ragnarok being chased down around underneath those houses and is going to fall. And Aparkhurst really on hit points. Sachin just needs one nice... Ooh, ow, that hurt a lot. Sachin taking some damage there from a spear. He's looking to try and get in some barrages there, but he's really low on mana. Don't know how much he can quite contribute to this fight right now. Ezreal with the ultimate. Sachin still low on health. I'm feeling like both teams are just running on borrowed time right here, and we're seeing a lot of recalls come out. Aparkhurst is probably going to lay a trap around here somewhere once that vision. Yep, that's exactly what's happening. Then he is going to go ahead and back off a little bit and maybe just hang out on the map, maybe recall. I don't know. We will see how that plays out as DeathToLlamas pushes that creep wave.
Yep, so Blind Pig's doing what they did again, just pressuring the enemy around that middle tower. This time around, as the sides have been switched, it's the refinery. They put out some good pressure. However, this time, DTL-Llamas was prepared. They've put out some good pressure backwards. Vlanda, meanwhile, in bot lane, has taken quite a bit of damage. Of course, has the momentum advantage from the minions, but Jjaja just in a much more comfortable place. Meanwhile, Ragnarok taking a little bit of damage, but zimike gets completely caught out of position, and here comes the Pantheon ultimate. Up top is going to drop in, going to disrupt that fight. Cataclysm onto Pantheon, and then the Lulu ultimate. Good setup. That's going to help burst down Elalya immediately. And Aparkhurst and zimike a little bit low on their health. Talith also taking quite a bit of damage, but a well-placed Javelin will pick off the kill onto Jarvan. Two-Shot Barrage going to help just push away this minion wave and also put out some damage onto the enemy team. If they choose to dive, that will help a lot. Take your pill, going to take a tower hit, and then Nidalee with a sudden bit of burst in Cougar form is going to help with that kill.
Yeah, landing a spear off on Stormfallen. As he retreats there, they are able to defend that. Excellent play with the J4 ultimate, matching up with Pantheon's right there afterward, trapping him in that Cataclysm. The second that he came down, was able to get that kill on him there. And Vlanda and Jjaja still exchanging blows in the middle there. It looks like Jjaja getting the better end of some of these exchanges. I haven't seen any real major stuff going on. Vlanda eating that minion, Jjaja in that Phoenix stance, Turtle stance, Snowball. Yep, it's happening again down at that bottom lane. That matchup is one of my favorite things because it's just so quirky. Parker's throwing that spear, taking a little bit of damage off of Ragnarok there. Got a little bit of poke going on. Good poke from this team with the Parkhurst and Talith PA, Ezreal and Nidalee respectively. And Airborne going down. Talith PA taking some damage, but he's going to go ahead and go right through that house because he doesn't believe in walls. And now Blind Pick is on the retreat there. zimike getting really low on health. They're looking to get that kill, but they're not going to get it. Ragnarok is low on health, has to back away there. Aparkhurst, Nidalee just needs a good spear, misses with the spear. Almost got a nice blind kill right there. Elalya, though, at full health and mana, pursuing the enemy team into the jungle on their side of the map right now. Really wants a piece of Ragnarok, trying to cut a round behind, looking to find him, and finally does with the move speed bonus from that speed shrine is, nope, Squirrel mode, activate. Elalya's taking a bunch of damage now, and Ragnarok might have the better end of that exchange there as Parkhurst and Talith PA sweep up towards the top, but Ragnarok can't take that 3-on-1. He just wants to poke a little bit to try and slow them down, but Talith PA is too far away from the catch to be able to stop it.
It's a good attempt by Ragnarok, but it just didn't fare that well. Meanwhile, it's a 2v1 here in bot, but Jjaja still was able to neutralize the tower, and it's not that low in health. It's just handling both of these other two champions really well right now. Dodges the pulverize, and is just sitting in turtle stance, disrupting and constantly keeping this tower neutralized. Jjaja is drawing out so much focus away from DTL-Llamas right now that they're forced to fight a 3v4 non-stop up top, and this tower has just remained neutralized. As a matter of fact, Talith PA is now going to appear here in bot, and that's going to change the flow of the fight immediately. But here comes Pantheon. We see the ult being channeled, and there's an absolute zero. Talith PA, of course, with the blink right out of it, but Elalya is going to come in and help kill that off. They have now shifted focus down onto there because that is the objective right now. If they capture the quarry, that's a damage buff, so they may sacrifice the windmill, but it may not even be necessary. We have the Garrison going down, and that's going to get healed quite a bit. So windmill is still safe. They have a 4 cap, and Blind Pig Banditos in a really good position right now.
Zimike and Aparkhurst up at the top, both with their ability to heal, giving them a crazy amount of durability up there. But J4 going in, throws down that Cataclysm. Sona cannot get out of there. Parkhurst throws down the Garrison to keep that tower from getting capped so easily. Elalya coming up to the top now is going to go ahead in on Stormfallen to interrupt that. And Sachin got the Lulu ult on his side right there. Can he gun down Elalya before he dies? No, he is not able to do so. Kathian surprise is going to buy him a couple of seconds there. Some damage on a Parkhurst. Ragnarok is going to get taken down before reaching the health relic. Talith PA going to pick that up, get a little bit of mana back. Health relics do recover mana, ladies and gentlemen. Do remember that when you're out there laning. And we have Alistar take your pill, cutting into the middle there. He's going to try and get this neutral off, but we have an Ezreal ult incoming, and Sona down here as well. Gets hit by Ezreal's ultimate. Not quite able to get that neutral, saving it by not even a sliver. It was so few pixels, I couldn't even see it with my eyes. It wouldn't register it. And the play being made now for the refinery.
If the refinery was neutralized by blind pick, again, they just have so much advantage now in map control, and by that I really not only mean just the vision and movement, but they're able to pretty much choose. You know, they're able to make the calls for the entire game. They're going to be able to be the ones who initiate onto an objective and force DeathToLlamas to have a reacting position. DeathToLlamas is not going to be the aggressive point right now. Elalya does get shut down by Stormfallen, and Stormfallen going to start the channel, but a great javelin throw is going to chunk a ton of damage while interrupting that cap. Kog'Maw has now appeared. Good dodge by Aparkhurst, dodging that airborne from Jarvan's combo, but eventually will get taken down. And now Sachin is going to start dueling Talith PA as Ragnarok sits there to assist, and they're going to get the double kill for Ragnarok before that two-shot barrage comes down. Meanwhile, Sona has taken out Alistar, and Vlandum now pinched in the middle of the lane. Jjaja has constantly just been sitting on this quarry, capping it or not. He's been able to keep Vlandum locked down at his own tower. So even at that quarry, Blind Pick Banditos is doing what they have been doing best, which is locking down the enemy in a certain area in an objective. And we see Pantheon coming down, but it's going to be a little bit too far, and a great Void Ooze by Kog'Maw going to slow the entire trail of Elalya as she comes out from that ultimate.
And Ragnarok narrowly escaping the painkiller survival method, 2-digit hit points right there, keeping him in the game and not getting dead. Parkhurst and Elalya are going to take that top tower, but Stormfallen is up here. He's gonna get that delay off. Nice shot there with the Glitter Lance, going to be interrupting that, but we have Talith PA's Ezreal just waiting for an opportunity to engage into this fight here. And with those Nidalee spears really ticking that health down with each poke that goes by, they are going to be able to secure that. Up 3 caps now. DeathToLlamas losing their momentary grip on the windmill that they had. Cataclysm goes down, but J4 is really the only damage dealer there right now. Sachin was a little bit late getting to that fight, and Talith PA is ignited, and in the back, they're just going to need one good hit on him to take him out, but are they able to get it? As slippery as Ezreal is, no, he's going to go ahead and recall. He knows he runs the risk of dying, so he'd rather just recall and come back up at full health than have to deal with the death timer because his revive is not available at the moment. And right now, we just have J4 and Cog hanging out as zimike and crew from Blind Pick Banditos hang out in the lane and slowly start to push towards the refinery.
Yep, that Cataclysm, I mean, it was a pretty good attempt, especially because that Airborne cut off the enemy team in half. However, the ones that Jarvan caught in the Cataclysm were both Ezreal and Nidalee, who both had the ability to jump out of that wall, which they immediately did, which locked down Alistar and Jarvan himself in their own wall. Alistar goes in with the initiation. Elalya is going to get that stun onto Sachin, puts out a ton of damage, but is going to pay for it, gets taken down as he gets met by Ragnarok, and Aparkhurst now on the run alongside zimike. Jarvan going to continue chasing a good javelin, chunks down the health of Stormfallen on Lulu, but they're going to keep pressuring, looking for that javelin snipe. It's going to pick up the kill onto that Lulu, putting out a lot of hurt. Aparkhurst has been really on point with these throws.
Yeah, and with a save there, with that Garrison just stopping that cap at a distance, Garrison will interrupt caps on towers that are owned, whereas with neutrals you can click on it. Otherwise you need damage or Garrison in order to interrupt it. And we've been seeing a lot of that this event so far, with those Garrisons being thrown down to heal or to ranged interrupt towers. And we got Pantheon coming down right here. Sachin, is Sachin going to be the victim? Sachin is going to be the victim. Had that spear going off, trying to get him down. Wow, there we go with the Cataclysm, keeping Nidalee in there. Sachin able to deliver that damage without getting killed by that cat there. Good play by Ragnarok. Seen some sick ults from J4, from Ragnarok's J4, like all event long. Talith PA throwing down an airborne, trying to keep them back, and they're going to want Ragnarok. He's going to get just barely out of there before Pantheon can throw that spear. However, Talith PA and Jjaja took control of the quarry earlier on and have been holding it down ever since. Jjaja's insane ability to defend, like you had told before, is really coming into play now that they own that point. I don't know how they're going to unseat him from it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 4-to-1 cap. Blind Pick Banditos has been really dominating in this game. There's only 25 points left on the Nexus Energy. DeathToLlamas just has to make some crazy plays right now across the map. But True Shot Barrage is going to come. That's going to force Jarvan to disengage from that tower. The quarry is barely going to get captured. They only have a few more seconds to get it neutralized down, and they are not in position for it. They're too far away from any enemy towers other than Jarvan, who is now pressured alongside Alistar for this fight. Zimike's gonna pick up that kill, and ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be game in favor of Blind Pick Banditos, taking these finals in a 2-0 as Udyr and Pantheon gathered together for this friendly little quarter shot next to Jarvan and Kog'Maw as we focus down on the Nexus Crystal exploding here.
Blind Pick Banditos taking another first place finishes. It might be second place Kings no more as they keep racking up these wins recently. DeathToLlamas in their first ever Dominate Dominion finals taking second place. Congratulations to both teams. Blind Pick Banditos winning 2-0 victory. Dominate Dominion number 13, powered by Cybersports Network.